Namaste. I'm Manish and I'd like to welcome you to the idea of Beyond Asana. I've been teaching yoga and meditation for nearly 20 years. Today, people, yogis across the world, are looking for something more than just the standard studio class format. Even yoga teachers who've done a course want to explore more. What are the Shatkriya's? What are the sutras saying? And so, I've put together all that I've learned over the last nearly 20 years into this course. But why should you learn from me? I had the fortunate experience of learning and living with my guru for 7 years in his home. During my formative years, I had the chance to learn the breadth and depth of yoga. We were few of us who used to stay with him. It was an amazing time to learn, to practice, to witness yoga within ourselves and the birth of the global yoga phenomenon. I also had the advantage of being able to teach some of India's greatest artistic geniuses, leaders, sports people, business leaders, and that taught me how people were managing their day-to-day life and their long-term goals through purpose. I studied a great depth about Sankalp and how to have purpose in one's life. In 2010, with my partner, we set up Total Yoga. We called it that because we felt that we wanted to offer more than just the asana experience. And not just pranayam and meditation, but we taught our students the Shatkriyas, the cleansing techniques, ideas about living, meditation, philosophy. Total Yoga has now grown in the last 10 years, not just in India, but it's taught in the US, in the UK, in UAE, and in New Zealand. It gives me a lot of satisfaction that people have come trained in the Total Yoga style and have taken it across the world. In 2020, on June 21st, Yoga Day, I launched the 21st Century Yoga Project as an online yoga school. I see my work as being a designer of yoga experiences like this Beyond Asana course. And this is something that I'd like to offer. We have found that because of the lockdown, people have sincerely gone within. They've spent the time to explore more about themselves. So Beyond Asana honors that endeavor of so many people by offering everything about yoga. Why should you be learning or practicing from Beyond Asana? In one course, we've put together everything from yoga philosophy and history, my favorite subjects, to Ayurveda, to the Shatkriya, so the cleansing techniques. How do you clean your body, mind? So there are physical practices. What is Asana Siddhi? How advanced yoga means your ability to sit still forever, or almost. How do you train? What is advanced pranayama? What is mudras? Why certain sounds are important? Why the correct pronunciation of a Gayatri mantra or an Om is important in mantra? What is happening when you do a Hatha Yoga practice, a Vinyasa practice, and so on and so forth. Like that, we've also looked at anatomy. We've looked at what's happening in mental health. We've looked at many aspects. So there are so many modules, including one that deals with how to successfully teach yoga in a post-COVID world. Whether you're a yoga teacher or you aspire to be, or you just want to teach your friends and family, how can you use this knowledge and teach effectively? To put a case in point, for example, a lot of us in modern yoga, we say ahimsa means if I become a non-vegetarian or vegan, if I don't hurt somebody, it's ahimsa. But it's important for us to understand the way Patanjali teaches this in the Yoga Sutras. His standards are much higher. For him, ahimsa pratishtham tat sannido vairya-tyaga. When a person is deeply grounded in ahimsa, around such a person, people give up hostility. So you can see there that it's very important to understand the way he explains these concepts and not just our own ideas on it. Like that, each and every module gets into the depth of what we want to cover. When you do the Shatkriyas, we don't stop at Jalaneti or Tratak. We will take you through Kunjal Kriya, Lagu Shanka Prakshalan, colon cleansing, alimentary canal, like what is done as a panchakarma in Ayurveda. If you know how to do this, you can detox your body whenever you want to, at your own house. You don't need to go to any spa or so on and so forth. Once you understand the basics of the history of yoga, it'll explain how the Upanishads, how the Sutras, how the Gita has inspired an entire civilization to explore liberation. Today, so many of us are seeking out consciousness, meditation, exploring. Yoga has done this, and yet, for most people, yoga means just a studio, go in, stretch, exercise, maybe breathe a little, and come out. It's time for us, friends, to explore beyond asana. Out of the 195 Yoga Sutras, only 3 describe asana. There's so much more that Patanjali has to offer. It is important for us, as Newton would always say, to stand on the shoulders of giants like Patanjali, to look further so that we can explore our own journey by understanding what the masters have given us. With that tradition, with our research, I think we'll be able to become true to what Patanjali says, Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha. To become a yogi is to be in the moment, having understood everything that's within of us.